Autumn has arrived in the mid-Atlantic region of the U.S., and it is a glorious afternoon at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They go play action with Rush. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Play fake. Here's Rush. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now second and 5. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This now a 3rd and 4. To throw is Rush. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 39. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw Rush. They set up the screen for Henry. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Henry is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Henry again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking?
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
At their own 24-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Incomplete.
I can see more than trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 58-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore's set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind to, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive. And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Again, it's Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 9 here. Rush working from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes.
Or under pressure, they got him again. And that'll bring up fourth down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams are going offense here for the 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Stafford now to throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he's going to have a Rams first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 11. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On 3rd down, here's Williams. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Joshua Carty on for the Rams field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Rush. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Rush to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Fights through it. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good. And, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage of it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's good.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
A first down carry for Henry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll run it again with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be fourth down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
To number 17, Devontae Adams. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The left side throw complete to Adams. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
47-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and yeah, I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Throwing here, Rush. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, 42 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Rams 6.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, You're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw is Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw, Stafford. Throw left side, complete. That's Adams. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooklyn?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing is Stafford. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 32-yard line.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Stafford. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
At the 7-yard line.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Stafford looks to throw again. This is caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
First and goal.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number one. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
First down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The football going back to the Rams now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end.
Stafford's pass complete to Tyler Higbee. It's a gain of 11, and it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Stafford. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Stafford now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Slot man moves right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Again, it's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams from 13 yards out. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Henry. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 72 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, loop back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Adafe Owe so quick. And he gets to him there behind the line. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford shedding the tackle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now Stafford. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on 4th down. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Cameron Curl brought him down.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Rush. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
That's returnable now for Smith. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams 1st down as he'll get this down to the 36. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a man has been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Looking to put a drive together. They begin with Henry. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Rush to throw. That one into the hands of Flowers. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. They go play action with Rush. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Luke now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 38, Rams 13.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Screen play set up for Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They've got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air again, Stafford. Right back to Atwell. That's complete. Touchdown, L.A. 2-2 Atwell. 33 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. With Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 159 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion And that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Off the option, here's Henry. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips. They're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Looking left side of his. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recovered by the Ravens.
Running from the gun with Henry. Running right through it. And able to get this to the 31.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Two things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Rush. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's caught here by Adams, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
15. First down, Rams.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.